All right, let's look at number 1. Alex wrote the value of his mystery number below. 5 times 100,000 plus 3 times 1,000 plus 7 times 10 plus 2 times 1. Okay, guys, remember, this is what expanded notation looks like. All right, and all we're going to do is we're going to write the number. Now, I told the people at my table that I wanted y'all writing your place value chart, okay? So we're going to start here. We're going to have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. What comes after thousands?
10,000.
And then
100,000.
100,000. And I think that's all we need to do, right? So if I do 5 times 100,000, that 5 is going to go where? Where's the 5 going to go? Ezra? In the 100,000s place. 3 times 1,000. Where is that 3 going to go? David?
The 10.
In the tens? 3 times 1,000? It's going to go what place? The thousands place. Oh. Let me go back over there. The thousands place. 7 times 10. Where is that 10 going to go, Amberlyn?
In the tens place.
And then 2 times 1. So the 2 goes in the ones place. What do I do with those empty spots?
0.
We're going to put zeros. So my number is 503,072. 503,072. All right. Okay, let's go over here. And let's look at number 2. Felicity wrote the value of her mystery number below. 7 times 10,000 plus 2 times 1,000 plus 9 times 10 plus 6 times, what is that?
10.
Brendan.
10,000.
6 times what? Try again. 1/10. 6 times 1/10. So let's set up our place value, but this time we have a decimal. So we're going to have right here, this is the tenths, decimal, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and it looks like all we need to do is go to the 10,000s place. Okay, so if it's 7 times 10,000, my 7 is going to go where, Aubrey? The 10,000s place. Where's my 2 going to go? What place will the 2 be going into, Julius? In the thousands place. Then I have a 9 times 10. Jax, where does that 9 go? In the tens place. And then the last one, 6 times 1/10. So what place does the 6 go in? What place is it in? Go ahead, Liam. The tenths. And then we're going to go fill in with zeros. So my number is 72,090 and 6/10. 72,090 and 6/10. You need to be on the same page that we are on. Okay. Number 3. The average number of people who take a flight each day is 1,730,000. Write this number in expanded notation. We just saw what expanded notation looks like. Okay, so we're going to write this number in expanded notation. Okay, so I have a 1. What place is the 1 in? What place? Let's say the places together, starting with the 0. Let's see. Ready? Where's my pointer? Thought I had a pointer. Maybe not. Okay. Okay, so let's look right here. What place is this 0 in? Ones.
Tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000,
1 in?
Million.
So we're going to do 1 times 1 million. Plus 7. What place is the 7 in? Ezra?
100,000.
So 7 times 100,000 plus, what place is the 3 in? What place is the 3 in, Jax? 10,000's place. Do I need to go in and add those zeros?
No.
No, we know that they're going to be there. We already know that they're going to be there. Okay. Number 4. Let's get that set for us. Okay. Javier Sotomayor of Cuba set the record for the high jump in 1993. He jumped over a bar set at 2 4/45 meters. Write this number in expanded notation. Write it in expanded notation, just like what we just did, except this time we have decimals, right? Okay, so let's look. The 2, what place is the 2 in? What place is the 2 in? And if you don't remember, you can go write your little place value. Remember, ones after the decimal, we have these places. What place is the 2 in? Tiana? The ones place. Plus, what place is the 4 in? Aubrey? The tenths. So we do 4 times, look right here. Miss Anderson put this on the board. If we're in the tenths place, this is how we write 1/10. So we do 4 times 1/10 plus 5 times, what place is the 5 in, Brendan? Hundredths. And this is how you write 100th. Marilyn, you getting all this? Okay, 5 times 100th. Very good. Okay, when you got that, go to the next page. We're skipping 5 and 6, and we're going to look at 7 and 8. Okay, everybody ready? Let's look at number 7. Let me erase this real quick. All right. It rained 9/100ths of an inch of rain last night. How is this amount written as a fraction? How would I write 9/100ths? If you're not sure, where could you go look?
Journal.
No, we don't use journals on a test. But Miss Anderson has all kinds of things around the room. Look, I wrote tenths and hundredths over here.
There's a number line.
There's a number line. Look right here. How did they write 4/10 on here? 4/10. 6,200. See right there? So if you're not sure and can't remember, could you look around the room real quick? Oh yeah, Miss Anderson has it right there. So if it's 9/100ths, it's going to be 9 over what? 9 over 100. Very good. Everybody got that? 9/100ths? Okay. What about number 8? Alexis filled a beaker to 7/10 of a liter. How is this amount written as a fraction? What am I going to do, Brendan?
7 over 100.
Oh, what is it? 7/10. 7 over 10 because it's 7/10. All right. Let's go to that next page. Let's look at 9 and 10. List the movies in order from the greatest to least profit. List the movies in order. So these are whole numbers. These are whole numbers. What do we do if we are ordering numbers? What can you do? Line them up by what? Guys, this is something you learned in elementary school. Line them up by place, right? Place value. Okay, they're kind of already lined up for us. So we're going to start, where do we start? We look at the largest place, right? So we've got a 4, a 3, a 3, a 3, and a 3.
3.
Well, greatest to least. So what's the biggest one up here?
4.
The 4. So Frozen is the first one. So we're just going to put a 1 next to it. All right, so we've done that one. So let's go look at the next place. So I have a 3, 3, 3, 3. I have a 3, a 6, a 5, and an 8. What's bigger? So what's the next movie that's largest? What is it, Brendan?
Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. What would come after Finding Nemo? I've got 3, 3, 3, 3, 6, 5. What comes next, Tiana?
Despicable Me 2.
I'm sorry. You're not Tiana.
I can't pronounce it, but it starts with a D.
The Despicable Me. Yes, Despicable Me 2. And then what would come after that? Caitlin? Are you sure? 3, 3, 5, 3, 5.
Oh, no.
Next would be Inside Out. Then the last one would be Minions. Now, remember how Miss Anderson told you you could get notebook paper, turn it sideways, put a digit in each line, right, to help you line these numbers up. Okay, number 10. We're going to list these mountains in order from shortest to tallest. Shortest to tallest, would that be least to greatest or greatest to least? What would that be? Least to greatest. Least to greatest. Okay. Again, these are kind of already lined up for us, so we're not going to worry about it too much. So I've got a 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So far, they're the same. 8, 8, 7, 9, 7. What's the smallest up there so far? Caitlin? So, I've got 27,825 and I've got 27,940. Which is the smaller one? 27,825 or 27,940? And I think you said it. Makalu. So this is the smallest, which means this is going to be the one that starts with an L. Lots. Number 2. Okay, so then let's go back. I've got 2, 2, 2, 8, 8, 9. 8 is smaller than 9, so I need to focus on these two. So I've got 28,251 and I've got 28,169. Which one is smaller, Jax? You sure?
No.
28,251, 28,169. 2, 2, 8, 8, 2, 1. So this one is smaller, the Kanchenjunga. Then K2 is next, and then our tallest mountain is Mount Everest. Okay, let's go to that next page.
Mount Everest is tall.
It is tall. So let's go look at 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right, let's look at number 13. Ooh, this is a good one. What decimal does the model below represent? What decimal is this? First of all, when I'm looking at this, are you going to be thinking tenths or hundredths? Hundredths. How many hundredths are there? Well, let's count them together. I know that this is 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 hundredths. Just like that. Okay, remember, if you don't remember how to write a decimal, guys, you can always put it like this. We've got ones, tenths, hundredths. That 36 needs to end in the hundredths place. Okay, let's go look at 14. For the amount of money pictured below, what digit is in the hundredths place? Well, first of all, we need to count the money. Let's see how much money we have. I have $200 bills. So how many dollar bills would that be?
200.
So we're going to have $200. And let's count the change. I have a quarter, 2 dimes, and 3 pennies. So a quarter is how much, Julius?
A quarter is worth 25 cents.
25 cents. Dimes are worth how much? 10. And what is a penny worth?
1.
So 25, 35, 45, 46, 47, 48.
Give me Miss Anderson. Why does that guy in the dollar, is that Ben Franklin? Right?
Yes, I believe it is.
Why does he look like the Joker?
Okay, we're not going to talk about that right now. We're doing test review, okay? All right, it wants to know what digit is in the hundredths place. Well, let's go look at our digits. What place is the 8 in? Hundredths. What place is the 4 in? Tenths. Ones, tens, hundreds. Okay, so tell me, what is in the hundredths place? The 8. The 8 is in the hundredths place. 8 is in the hundredths place. All right, let's go look at number 15. Compare the lengths of the 2 fire ants below. Fill in the circle with the correct symbol, less than, greater than, or equal to. All right, we don't have to actually figure out what the decimal is. Tomorrow, you're going to have to figure out what the decimal is. All right, so look right here. This is tenths. Remember, there's 10 pieces. So this is 2 tenths. This is 19 hundredths. First of all, you could look at it and tell. But what does Miss Anderson want you to do with decimals? What do we do when we're comparing decimals? Do what? First of all, you've got to line it up. You got to line them up. So I want everybody on their paper, line up using the decimal. Give yourself some space. What do I do with that empty spot next to the 2? What do I put there?
0.
A 0. Now you start comparing. 0, 0, 2, 1. Which one is bigger?
2.
The 2. So my bigger decimal is... What's my bigger decimal?
2.
2 what? Tenths. So 2 tenths is greater than 19 hundredths. Okay, number 16. Did you go and write the decimals for each one? I want you to go do that right now if you have not done that. Once you've done that, we're going to order the values shown in the models. We're going to order them from least to greatest. Least to greatest. Okay, what is this first one written as a decimal? What would it be, Riley?
7,800.
78 hundredths, okay. What's the next one written as a decimal? David?
8
8 what?
tenths.
8 tenths, good. And then what is the last one, Tiana?
9 tenths.
9 what?
9 tenths.
Are you sure?
900.
Okay, remember what Miss Anderson showed y'all? You have to picture, is it 9 of these or 9 of these? This is tenths, this is hundredths. Okay, so it's 9 hundredths. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to line them up using the decimal place. Make sure you line them up correctly. What do I do with that empty spot next to the 8?
Put a 0.
Put a 0. Okay, we're looking for the smallest. So far, 0, 0, 0, 7, 8, 0. What's smallest? What is our smallest decimal, Brendan?
900.
9 hundredths. I'm going to write it down. I want to mark it out. What comes next? 78 hundredths or 8 tenths? Peyton?
7,800.
78 hundredths. Mark it out. And then the last one is 8 tenths. Now, you can look at the models and you can pretty much tell the order. Okay, but Miss Anderson wants to practice this because sometimes you won't be given the actual models. All right, so let's go look at 17, 18, 19, and 20. We are almost done. Okay. What is the value of the point labeled on the number line below? Okay, they gave us 10 hundredths, 20 hundredths, 30 hundredths. When you have a number line tomorrow, you need to go label it. And make sure you do not miss any of the little marks. What comes after 10 hundredths? What would come after 10 hundredths? We're counting between 10 and 20 hundredths. What would come next?
1100.
11 hundredths. So let's put 11 hundredths. What comes after 11 hundredths? 12 hundredths. And then what? 13. 14 hundredths. 15 hundredths. 16 hundredths. 17 hundredths. 18 hundredths. 19 hundredths. They gave us 20 hundredths. What comes after 20 hundredths? 21 hundredths. 22 hundredths. 23 hundredths. 24 hundredths. 25 hundredths. So what is that arrow pointing to? What is the arrow pointing to? Look again. 25 hundredths. What comes after 25 hundredths? 26 what? Hundredths. 26 hundredths. Make sure you label those number lines. All right. Everybody got 26 hundredths? Okay, let's go look at 18. A segment of a number line is shown. What is the value of the point labeled on the number line below? Look what they give us. They give us 60 hundredths, 70 hundredths, 80 hundredths. What comes after 60 hundredths? Brendan? 61 hundredths. Then we would have 62 hundredths. So if I were to skip over, if this is 70 hundredths, what comes after 70 hundredths? 71 hundredths. And the arrow is pointing where? 72 hundredths. Good. All right, let's go look at 19. What is the value of the point labeled on the number line below? So they give us 2 and 3. They gave us a whole number. What do we do with that whole number? We're going to break that whole number into what? Are we going to break it into tenths or are we going to break it into hundredths? Say it louder. Tenths. So if I have 2, what's going to come right after 2? 2 and what? 1 what? Say that louder, Riley. 2 and 1 tenths. 2 and 2 tenths. You see that? Now, look at where our arrow is. Our arrow's going backwards. What would come right below 2? Now look how I labeled all of this. I labeled all of this because I want you to see. Look at what's right below 3. Right below 3 is 2 and 9 tenths. So what's going to come right below 2? 1 and 9 tenths. Very good. So the arrow is pointing to 1 and 9 tenths. Very good. All right, let's go look at 20. A segment of a number line is shown. What is the value of the point labeled on the number line below? Okay, so again, they're giving us whole numbers, 0 to 1. So am I going to break it up into tenths or hundredths? Tenths, okay? So after 0 would be what? 1 what? 1 tenth. 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths. Then I get to 1, and what comes after 1? 1 and what? 1 and 1 tenth, 1 and 2 tenths, and the arrow is pointing at what? Good. 1 and 3 tenths. All right, we've got 4 more to do. The last 4. Okay, we're going to use 10 times or 1/10 of to complete the following statement. The value of the underlined digit is blank the value of the circle digit. So it's asking about the underlined digit. So I'm going to draw an arrow to the underlined digit because this is what it's asking. The value of the underlined digit is blank the value of the circle digit. So we're going from, are we getting bigger? Is our place getting bigger or is it getting smaller?
Bigger.
It's getting bigger. So would that be 10 times or would it be 1/10 of? If it's getting bigger, what would that be? 10 times. And that's how they wrote 10 times. Or you might see the words 10 times. Okay, those are 2 ways you will see it. All right, let's look at 22. Use 10 times or 1/10 of to complete the following statement. The value of the 2 in the tens place is blank the value of the 2 in the hundreds place. All right, so we're focusing on the value of the 2 in the tens place. Am I getting, if I'm moving from the hundreds place to the tens place, is it getting smaller or bigger?
Smaller.
Smaller. The place is a smaller place. So is that 10 times or 1/10 of?
1/10 of.
1/10 of. Good. One-tenth of. Okay, 23. The Earth's moon is 238,900 miles from Earth. How is this distance written in expanded notation? We just did expanded notation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, let's look at the places. The 0 is in the, say it with me, ready? 1,
10, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000.
Okay, so the 2 is in what place?
100,000.
So we're going to do 2 times 100,000 plus the 3 is in what place? 3 is in the 10,000s place. Plus the 8 is in what place?
1,000.
The thousands place. Plus the 9 is in what place? Hundreds. Do I need to do anything with the zeros?
No.
Nope. No. I'll already know that they're there when I start writing that number out. So 2 times 100,000 plus 3 times 10,000 plus 8 times 1,000 plus 9 times 100. Okay, last one. Everybody got this? Okay, we'll come back to it if you don't have it written yet. Scientists estimate that it takes 1,000 years for 400 inches of dust to settle on the moon. How can you write this amount of dust as a fraction of an inch? How would I write 400ths as a fraction? What do we do? What, Paisley?
We put
400ths. Go ahead. 4 on top, is that what you said? Okay, what's on the bottom? Hundredths, good. That's how you write it as a fraction. All right.